It's probably gonna be a little hard for y'all to see me because I'm sitting outside in my truck smoking a cigarette. Now, I ain't gonna lie. At first, I wasn't gonna go live. At first, I wasn't gonna go live because I hate when I come on here in my feelings talking about different things, but it's on my mind so tough to where I just had to come on here and vent about it because it's so hard being positive and the world is so negative. And I know this is really like preaching to the choir because y'all have heard me talk about this a lot. Y'all have heard other social media influencers talk about this a lot because anytime you put your life on social media, especially when it's not staged, you know what I'm saying? You got some people that put their life on social media, but they really stage a lot of things, like really come up with concepts and problems and conclusions and all of that. But me, on the other hand, everything that I put on my channel is 100% authentic, 100% real. You know what I'm saying? From um, my journey, from my marriage to my parenting to the way I think about things to the way I look at the Bible. Like, I'm very, very transparent and very open with the way I see things, the way I do things, and I don't hold back, you know. And it's like when people are watching me or tuning into my everyday life, I come off as this person with all these different personalities. But the thing is like I'm so used to being a certain way, right? But I'm trying to change and better myself to be this way. And when I try to change and better myself to be this way, I ignore stuff and then I explode. And then when I explode, I catch myself not only going back to being this way, but now I done got a little bit worse from being this way because I've been holding in so much stuff. Now, being an influencer, don't get me wrong, you're gonna get comments that that you're not gonna like. Everybody's not gonna agree with everything that you do. But I'm gonna tell you the problem that I have. The problem that I have is cutting it off. I hate that I'm not able to just cut it off. Like, I was watching a video or short or live, I don't know, some a video Peach was doing when she was talking about how she has a therapist. She was saying she has a therapist because, that comes with putting your life on social media. Sometimes you need a therapist. And, I always feel like I don't need no damn therapist. I'm good. But, y'all, when you wake up to emails, to messages, to people in your inbox, man, y'all, it's so draining. I ain't gonna lie, it's so draining. It's one minute when you say, okay, I'm not even gonna read the comments. I'm just gonna do my own thing and just let it be there. But my thing won't even cut back on. Sorry, y'all. But I hate that I can't turn it off. Yeah, I don't care whatever type of contact information I put out there, whatever type of contact information I use, trolls take advantage of it. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a number, a email address, a social media account, however way that they can find you and reach out to you, they use it to their advantage to reach out to you. And it's like, I'll be in this happy space, so I'm good. Don't have no negative thoughts. Be praying, blase, blase. And then I get so overwhelmed with so many different people reaching out that it makes me want to come on this motherfucker and really snap. Like, I really be wanting to come on this motherfucker and really snap the fuck out. And I keep telling myself, Bling, don't do it. Don't snap out. Don't get them that power over you. But at the same time, a person can only take so much. You know what I'm saying? My mods can handle my comments, but my mods can't handle my email addresses. My mods can't handle my numbers, my my different all of my shit basically. I just really have to have that thick skin, like real talk. And I hate that because one minute I'm on here, I be feeling so blessed, I be feeling so thankful, I be excited, you know what I'm saying? And then and then something else will come and just shift my mood, and then I be on some whole other stuff, and it's uh like I haven't found a way to really balance that part of social media. Like, it's really starting to affect me more than I would want it to. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I be talking to my dad about it, and he be getting on me, be telling me, why do you give a fuck so much about what people think? Don't give a fuck about what people think. Just do your own thing. Keep going. Da da da. And that's cool to say. You know what I'm saying? That's cool to say. Okay, I'm not gonna give a fuck. I'm just gonna do my own thing. But it's hard when something is constantly being thrown. Something is constantly being put in your face. You know what I'm saying? That's just like you have a bully or somebody attacking you or coming for you, and you keep turning the other cheek. But you got people that just constantly poking, constantly poking, constantly poking, constantly poking. Eventually, after so long, you're going to knock this motherfucker out because you tired of this motherfucker constantly poking you. And that's how it is. Like, that's how it is for me. I ignore, I keep pushing, I keep going on. But then it's like I keep getting poked and I keep getting poked and I keep getting poked. And it just makes me want to fucking crash. You know what I'm saying? And so it's easier said than done. You know what I'm saying? When you got people say, hey, don't worry about what them people saying. Them trolls, just do your own thing, da 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 da. But until you are in those shoes, you know what I'm saying? Until you are in those shoes and really understand what it comes with, I'm telling you, you gotta having thick skin. I feel like it's an understatement because you gotta have more than that. Like, real talk, you have to have more than that. That's true too, Pain. You can't carry the weight of the world. But it's like, I don't know. And I started looking at other social media influencers, start looking at other content creators and how I be seeing them snap. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yes, Journey. The world's criticism, like real talk. When I tell you, I be having to hear so much stuff about my kids. I be having to hear so much stuff about my husband. I be having to hear so much about my way of life. I have to hear stuff about my craft. I'm talking about, when I tell you, that's just like the surface. That's really like the surface of things. And I know, like I said, I know this comes with social media, but understand that this stuff really do take a toll. Like, real talk, it really does take a toll on a person. Anytime you wake up to mess, you go to bed with mess, and I ain't gonna lie, when I first came into the social media world, I wasn't prepared like I thought I was. When I first came into the social media world, I was not ready. And I caught myself really trying to bend and move in a way to make it stop. And I really had to find out the hard way. No matter how I moved or react or responded or did things, no matter how I responded or did things, it still wound up being the same thing. Like, but that ain't the scary part. The scariest part is I felt like no matter how much I grow with social media, I wanted to always remain humble. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to remain humble. I've never been afraid to talk to any of my supporters. I've never been afraid to meet, any of my supporters. I've always been a down to earth person. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of you all that watch me now text me. I have I FaceTime them, like text me, talk to me, you know. I ain't never felt like I was better than anybody or bigger than anybody or nothing like that. I felt like me being transparent, just showing people, hey, I'm just like you, out here trying to make it, out here chasing the dream, that was the way to go. I ain't never came on here and act like I had more than what I had. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys saw me leave my house, have a garage sell everything in the house, throw stuff away. You guys saw me leave in a old beat up trailer and was happy with it. You guys saw me, leave that trailer and go to this trailer. You guys saw me go through the struggle of not being approved for this trailer and then trying to come up with the money for the trailer. You guys saw me go from that to having to try to get a truck and felt stranded and lost, and leaving that to getting the truck to being out here and making sacrifices and taking chances and seeing me fail, seeing me succeed. Like, I've always showed you guys all of it. Like, I even share my spiritual journey. Like, I even come on here and talk about how, I've never been a big Bible reader, how I've never, really just had a relationship with God. Like, I'm trying to create with God. Like, I share all of that. You guys see when I'm consistent. You guys see when I'm not consistent. You see when I, you know, try this type of venture or try that type of venture or stop this type of, like, I'm very open to a lot of things that's going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, every single thing. It's just like when I was having, even with my parenting, I was having an issue with how I felt about my children's response to my parenting. I came on here and I talked about that. I have just been very, very open, and it's like, because I have been so open, I feel like I done just gave too much to the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I see why people don't be so transparent on social media. I see why a lot of stuff that people post are staged or fronts, or they portray to be something that they are not, which that's just something I really don't even know how to do, because I don't know how to be nobody else but me. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, it's kind of scary though. I'm telling you, when you got somebody that inbox you and say, oh my God, I just love you so much. I just love your music. I love your family. I love this and I love that about you. And then 2 days later, this same person text you and say, "Oh, you're a terrible mother. Um, how dare you have your children in that little ass trailer?" And like, y'all, or your terrible wife, and I don't see how come your husband even deals with you or wants to be with you, or dog, look at them cheap ass nails. Like, and don't get me wrong, I understand you have to really have that thick skin to be like, fuck you. Like, I don't give a fuck what you say because I'm still gonna keep doing what I'm doing. But I hate that I can't turn it off. You know what I'm saying? I hate that's the problem that I have. I hate that I cannot turn it off. A 9 to 5, you go to work, you do your job. You don't like this coworker, you don't like that coworker, you leave, and you don't have to deal with them anymore until it's time to go back to work. But me, on the other hand, no. No, I wake up to it. I go to sleep to it. I deal with it throughout the day. Like, is non-stop. Like, it's just non-stop. And when I first start dealing with it, um, when I first started dealing with it, it's like I just lost train of thought. When I first started dealing with it, I didn't know how to react. Like, in the beginning, I was very nasty. I was very nasty. I really caught myself cussing motherfuckers out every other live. Like, I was constantly having to delete lives. I was constantly arguing with motherfuckers, like, back and forth with the comments. And I'm sorry that I'm saying motherfuckers so much right now because I am kind of like, irritated. But it's just a lot. She blessing us for free. I don't even know what that means. So yeah, it's just a lot. But like I said, it's just scary. You don't really know who you can talk to. You know what I'm saying? You don't really know who's truly for you. And what that does is it makes me not want to be so close. Like, as far as me sharing my life and being transparent, I don't want to stop that because I love sharing my life. I love this. Like, I love being able to come on here and vent and talk and, seeing my regular viewers. Like, I really love being on social media. I just wish I wish I wasn't so available. But at the same time, I like being available. So it's like, it's a battle that I have with myself because, like I said, I like being able to communicate. I like being able to communicate with you guys and talk to you guys on a one-on-one level because I do have some, despite the trolls and stuff, I do have people that reach out to me and talk to me about a lot of different things, and I give them my insight on different things, or stuff like that. And truth be told, it really helps me with my music too, because a lot of the music that I have written, a lot of people feel like my music are my stories. Now, don't get me wrong, some of them are my stories, but not all of them are my stories. Like, I have had women to come to me and tell me about something that they're going through, or something that they've been through, or something that they're feeling. And I would take that information and turn it into a song. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, it really helps me. And when I write the song, I send it to them first. Like, before I even release it out to the public, whoever inspired me to write that song, I'll send it to them like, hey, I made this for you. and they'll, you know, say how it just made me cry, or I just really love this, and then I'll put it out. It's just like I was talking to this lady, which I'm not gonna say her name, and she's married to her husband's just uh you know what I'm saying, and when people tell me certain things and I can really feel their pain, it's like when I have all this empathy for him, it really inspires me to write. And so that's where this song came from. Was it called Need Somebody? Is that the name of it? When I was like, and I know you ain't shit. You still lying and fake crying, but you still ain't quit. Nah, you still ain't quit. And my dumb ass still stuck like that's still my dick. Like fuck that trick. He don't want that bitch. He still coming home, girl. Don't sweat that shit. Nah, huh? But somehow I lost a part of me to play the fool and break the rules and choose you over family, to choose you over sanity. That was over bounds for me because she was telling me about how she was ignoring these other females, you know, and she was saying different things that he was saying to the women, you know, and she was saying how she was ignoring the other females, and you know she knew her position, and you know she was talking about basically she was really losing her sanity. She had already chose him over family, and you could tell from the things that she was saying her sanity was just gone. It was completely gone, you know. And she was saying how she couldn't understand how she had allowed herself to get this far. And so that's where that came from, to choose you over family, to choose you over sanity. That was over bounds for me, you know. And I catch myself doing it a lot, taking it and really putting it into words. So it's like I like keeping that form of communication open because it really inspires me and let me know what type of music I can create. Like, it really helps me to say, okay, this is something that she needs to hear, you know, that I can play to motivate her, or, you know, or whatever. So, and so that's another thing I'm working on right now. I'm working on this project, and I was talking to my husband about it, and I was like, okay, I really don't even know how I want to come on this project because I don't want all of my music to just be sad music. You know what I'm saying? Like, if so many people are so used to me creating sad music or struggling music, and I did not want my entire album to just be this sad music. You know, I really wanted to have some happy in there. I really wanted to have some party in there. I really wanted to have like a lot of different flavors in there, but I really didn't know which way to stray, you know, because when I first did my first project, when I came out with Pity, I was a struggling mom. You know, when I came out with Mama's Let a God Help Me Please, I'm about to lose it. I watched my kids run and play, enjoying being foolish, not knowing that this house we in, I'm about to lose it. But look, it's my mom. Can I take time? Okay, wait. Mama, see it in a minute, okay? But at that time when I wrote that song, I really had went outside and sat on the porch, and I was living in the house, and I was having a hard time paying the rent. And it was my very first house. I had just moved out of the projects, well, you know, based on income, subsidized housing. And I already had people in my ear saying, you know, why would you leave this free apartment to go and pay for a house? But I didn't feel free living in the government housing. You know, I didn't like the fact that they were doing the inspections and had the rules and regulations. Like, I never really truly felt free in that apartment until the weekend when the office was closed. You know, I would come home sometimes to the maintenance being, you know, the maintenance that came in without my consent, and I just didn't like the lifestyle. You know, I really didn't feel free. Which song, Jackson? I really didn't feel free. And so when people thought I was crazy to give up this free stuff for me to go and stay in the house, I really felt like I had something to prove. You know what I'm saying? I really felt like I felt like I had something to prove. You know what I'm saying? And so when I got there and I started having the struggle because I didn't just choose any house. I wanted a big house. You know, my first house was a 2-story house. It was a 2-story house. It had 2.5 bathrooms. Wood, can you bring me the keys so I can crank the truck up? But what song are you talking about, Jackson? So I remember I went outside and I sat on the porch. And earlier that day, I had watched my kids play in the yard, and they were just so happy, you know. And I was happy because my kids finally had a front yard and a backyard, and you know that was something we had never had before, other than when I was staying with my parents. So, you know, and they just running around not knowing that I'm really about to lose it. I'm really, you know, trying to keep stuff together. And so that night, I had went outside and I sat on the porch, and I was finna start crying. Like I was finna just go ahead and just let it all flow. And as soon as the tear was finna come out my eye, Jeremiah came outside. Jeremiah came outside, and he said, "Mama, what's wrong with you? Why are you sitting out here by yourself?" You know. And when I saw he had came outside, I don't even know how I did it. Was some type of way I sucked that tear up. I held that. I don't know if it was like on the rim, but I refused to let that tear come out my eye with my son looking at me. And that's how and I went up, when he went in the house, I told him nothing. I said, I'm good, just out here thinking, just out here talking to God, you know. So I'm just out here thinking. And he said, okay, Mama, well, you gonna come back in? I said, I'm gonna come in. So that's when I went in. I went upstairs and I grabbed my pen. And that's how it started. God, help me, please. I need to cool it. I watch my kids run and play, enjoying being foolish. Not knowing that the house we in, I'm about to lose it. And the extension on the light bill didn't help my bruises. Knocked down by life from having heart problems, because I had started having heart problems. I was worrying so much. I don't know if it was from I don't know if they told me it was from me drink. I was drinking a lot to try to deal and cope. But I was like, I'm having heart problems, and they had made me take some blood thinners. And I did not want to take these blood thinners because they had diagnosed me with AFib. And I didn't want to take the blood thinners because they were telling me that it'll be really easy for you to bleed. You know, they were saying if you were in a car wreck, or I was worried about being in a car wreck or getting into a fight with somebody, or somebody stick. You know, I just did not want to get injured and die easily from the bleeding. And then I was doing my nails, and so I would hit myself with the drill sometimes, and I was worried about bleeding so much. So it was like I pulled the cigarettes closer and pushed the pills farther. That's where that line came from, because that's what I was doing. I was constantly smoking cigarettes instead of taking the pills, and then they had me thinking that I really needed the pills. So I had a mental thing going on. And when I was diagnosed with the heart thing, it kind of kicked off some, it kind of made me like a hypochondriac. Is that the right word? Like, I was dealing with a lot of mental issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was dealing with a lot of mental issues, because I kept thinking that I was finna die. Like, it was really crazy. And I caught myself doing a lot of weird things to where I wasn't able to work. Like, I was constantly getting up, looking at myself in the mirror, and, you know, because I was always afraid that I was going to have a stroke, because when you have AFib, it increases your chance of like getting the stroke from your heart being crazy. And it just really sent me down this huge mental illness. And I did not feel like, I tried to talk to my dad about it, and when I was telling him my thoughts and feelings, because y'all know I go to my daddy about everything. And when I was telling him what I was thinking and what I was feeling, I was like, Dad, this sounds crazy to you, don't it? And he was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, it sounds really crazy. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why it was driving me crazy, because they had this list of things that you could do to check and see if you were having a stroke. And I felt like I was always about to have a stroke at any time. Like, it scared me so bad to a point where I thought I was going to have a stroke. And this was every day, because it's different when you young, wild, and free, and you think something wrong with you, but you're not sure something wrong with you. But when you go to the doctor, because I'm gonna tell you what happened, y'all. I was drinking. Like I said, I was drinking a lot. I was partying a lot. I was constantly going to this hole in the wall. And I woke up, no, like 2 days prior, I felt this little flutter in my heart. And I knew it wasn't beating right, but I wasn't sure. It was like, I don't know. So anyway, I had got up and I had did some walking. I just kind of walked around and it left, right? So about 2 days later, I had went out partying at night, drinking, and I woke up, and y'all, my heart was just beating extremely fast, as if I had been running. It was. I'm gonna tell you, I had a dream. I had went to sleep. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be bouncing all over the place, but I had went to sleep, and I had a dream that I was doing a person's nails, and I felt my heart beating crazy. And in the dream, this lady was finna spend a whole lot of money on the nails. And I was like, I really want to, okay, I'll let you know, Jackson. I was like, okay, I really want to make this money, because she finna spend a lot of money. Because that was my thing. I was real big on chasing money, like real big on chasing money. And I was like, okay, I really need to make this money, but I really need to go to the emergency room. So in the dream, I was like, I'm going to go ahead and just do her nails and go to the emergency room afterwards. But then I said, no, I'm going to go ahead and go to the emergency room. When I said, no, I'm not going to do her nails and make the money, I'm going to go to the emergency room, I woke up. When I woke up and realized it was just a dream, but even though it was just a dream, what I was feeling as far as my heart was real. So I jumped up, I grabbed my keys. Y'all, I didn't say nothing to nobody. I just jumped up and grabbed my keys and drove myself to the emergency room. And the guy was there at the time. He was like, where you going? Like, I didn't even give him a chance to put his shoes on or nothing. I was like, oh no, I gotta go to the emergency room. I said, my heart ain't beating right. So when I go in the emergency room and I tell them my heart ain't beating right, you know, they rush me to the back and they put me on this EKG. Before I knew it, when they saw the rhythm that my heart was in, y'all, I don't know if y'all really familiar with heart rates, but your heart rate is supposed to be between 60 to 100, right? Is that 60 to 100 beats per minute or per? Yeah, right. Mine was like I want to say 128, 130, something like that. It was beating that fast, even though I was standing still. Like, can you imagine how you have to get on the treadmill? How you have to get on the treadmill to get your heart rate up, and how much you have to work out to get your heart. Imagine your heart beating that fast. Yeah, imagine your heart beating that fast and you're just asleep or you're just sitting there. So they started giving me all these baby aspirins. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. They started giving me all these baby aspirins, and then they get this IV and give me IV of heparin. Heparin is a blood thinner. Now, y'all, I wound up staying in the hospital for like a week, right? So I wound up staying in the hospital for like a week. I'm constantly wanting to go home. And they tell me I can't go home. They want to put me on this warfarin. With this warfarin, they're saying, okay, with this blood thinner, you're going to have to come to the doctor like once a week for us to keep an eye on your blood count, and you can't have greens because of the vitamin K. You know, now I'm doing all this research, but y'all, it had really bothered me mentally. You know, you got all these doctors over you telling you that you have increased your chances of having a stroke, and my heart was still fluttering. Like, it still kind of acts weird now, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, it put me into a mind frame to where I always felt like something was wrong with me, even when it probably wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, at that moment, it felt so real to where, y'all, it felt so real to where you couldn't tell me anything different. Like, even after talking to, I caught myself going to the emergency room like once a week. Like, it had got that bad. Like, this is, I'm gonna be honest, y'all, this is the first time I have ever talking about this publicly in my life. Like, this is something I have never told anyone other than, like, I literally ran some guys off that I was dating because it was really starting to take a toll on me. And they had these tests that was saying how, if you want to know if you want to have, if you're having a stroke, you hold your arms out in front of you, and if one of your arms start going down, then you're having a stroke. Or if the right side of your face starts to droop, then that means you're having a stroke. And it's like, I was so fearful of having a stroke all the time, and it just became like a real reality to me. And I could be doing somebody's nails, and in the middle of doing their nails, I would have to get up and go look at myself in the mirror. And before I know it, I was constantly getting up like 4 or 5 times on every single client to just look in the mirror to see if my face was drooping. Or I can just be sitting there and have to, because, you know, I didn't want nobody to see the things that I was doing, because I didn't want them to think I was crazy. But in my mind, I felt like something was wrong. I kept thinking I was gonna die. It was a very troubling time in my life. And I'm gonna tell you, the first person who made it change, and that was Woods. That was Woods. I'm gonna tell you, when I first met Woods, I was scared for Woods to see the things I be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do it no more now. But I was scared for Woods to know, because I didn't want him to think that I was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, when I had my first moment where I thought I was finna have a heart attack, or I thought I was having a hard time breathing, or I thought I was finna have a stroke and stuff like that, and I was telling him how I was feeling, and he would ask me, you know, well, what are you scared of? What do you think is happening to you right now? And I'd be telling him, he'd be like, it's nothing wrong with you. Just calm down, you know? And he would hold me or hug me, or, you know, Woods has always been very, very patient, like very patient with me. Like, even now, sometimes when I have like little panic attacks, I would have to call my husband, and just when I talk to him on the phone and I hear his voice, and he just, you know, gives me that reality check that I be needing sometimes, it really means a lot. Because it's like, when I be with him, I be like, I know my husband ain't gonna let nothing happen to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know he gonna make sure I'm good and I got everything that I need, and, you know, stuff like that. So it's like, he really balances me, you know what I'm saying? And so a lot of that stuff that I was dealing with and no one saw, Woods saw it. Like, Woods has saw me when I've been hysterical, and You know, like that's why I can't smoke that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how some people say, hey, you ought to smoke some of this stuff and this is gonna calm your nerves. No, baby. No, okay. When I tell y'all, when I tried to smoke that stuff to help my anxiety, baby, it took me from 0 to 1,000 real real quick. See, that's why Woods don't let me have none of this stuff, because I'm the type, I be ready to go to the emergency room. I be thinking I'm finna have a heart attack. I be thinking, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's just not for me. It doesn't calm me. I don't want nothing that's gonna make my heart raise or none of that. I can't deal with it. So I just let them have that, how other people do it and go to work and do. I can't do none of that. I can't do none of that. So, but when I drink, it's different. Like, I'm the type, when I drink, I don't get out of control and act retarded. Like, it really calms me. But at the same time, I know I can't really just have it like that, because even now, if I go overboard with too much wine, too much to drink, my heart, I get to doing some crazy stuff now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no matter how much my heart be doing these different little flutters and stuff, when I go and see my cardiologist, and he does these ultrasounds and stuff on my heart, he keeps telling me nothing's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's very frustrating when you feel like something wrong with you, and then you seek help. You find yourself on Google, and you trying to find things to relax you, and nobody can see or feel what you're dealing with but you. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, it just got to a point to where I got tired of constantly running to my cardiologist. I got tired of constantly, going to the doctor, running to the emergency rooms, looking on Google all the time. Like, it had really consumed my life to where I was having a hard time just being normal, because I had this secret of what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking and what I'm going through. And I started to feel like a person that was crying wolf, because when you want to talk to this person about it or talk to that person about it, and they think you crazy, or they're telling you out your mind, and you went to the doctor and you went to the emergency room, and everybody keep telling you ain't shit wrong with you, but you feel like it's something wrong with you. And so now, because you tired of running over here, running over there, and talk to this person, talk to everybody, you tired of scrolling, because scrolling on Google just makes the shit 1,000 times worse. Now you are dealing with this alone. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with this in silence, because people are tired of hearing about it, because they feel like ain't shit wrong with you, but at least you think it is. It's crazy. Like, I can't even explain it, but that was something that I was going through. So that's where that line came from. I pulled the cigarettes closer and pushed the pills farther. I said, because at the end of the day, it is what it is, Father. If we not living to live, then why even bother? Because it had got to a point to where I couldn't live. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't live. It was consuming me so much. And that's where that came from. Like, what's the purpose of living if every day I am living in fear? I was living in fear every single day. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I was tired of being scared. I was tired of being scared all the time. I was scared all the time, and it was stressful. You know what I'm saying? And so when I saw this way of life, I really wanted it, because I was tired of being scared. Because one minute I'm thinking about bills, 1 minute I'm thinking about my kids, next minute I'm thinking about my business, and the next minute I'm thinking about this real problem, this inner problem that's really bothering me more than anything, because this is an inner. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, when I said F all of this, F the house, F the F all this. I don't want none of this. I don't mind giving up my clothes, my dishes, my kitchen, my hot tub, my backyard. I'll give it all up. You know what I'm saying? And travel the country, because the way I'm feeling like I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. I'm tired of stressing. I'm tired of living in fear. I'm tired of being scared all the time. If I'm going to go for something in my life, I need to go for it right now. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the main things that really made me jump into this RV lifestyle. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right now. And they say, oh no, traveling ain't for you. You need to wait till your kids get older, and you need to wait for you to get older. That's for people who retire and all that. What if I'm not? What if I don't make it till when I retire? You know what I'm saying? What if I don't know when my last day is? You know what I'm saying? And I got tired of just being in survival mode all the time. And that's what my husband was telling me. He was like, when you're stressing, your body is going into this survivor mode. And I caught myself being in survivor mode all the time. You know what I'm saying? And so now I'm probably one of the big risk takers there is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really take risks now. Y'all, and I'm not saying this for sympathy. Like, real talk. I'm not saying this for sympathy. Right now, I'm in one of the tightest binds I have been in since I've been on the road. Because I have truly just jumped out here on faith. Real talk. I'm really out here on faith, y'all. Y'all, getting this truck hurt me. You understand me? Getting this truck really hurt me. I should have waited. But I didn't. I'm out here now. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here and I can't do shit but make it do what it do. You think I want to do somebody's nails for $25? Real talk. Do you think I want to do some nails for $25? Y'all, the cheapest nails I got on my list is $85. That's the cheapest I got. $85. Right now, I'm doing nails for $25, y'all. Because like I said, where I'm at right now, it don't require as much. And I don't mean to go into finances, but I'm just saying sometimes you have to do what you have to do to get to where you are trying to go. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I've taken a big cut. You know what I'm saying? Woods is doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel bad about it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not finna keep being unhappy. You know what I'm saying? And right, and you're right, and with the economy and the inflation and everything. So I understand, champion. But what I'm saying is, right now, you guys, I have less, but I am happier than I was when I had more. Does that make sense? And I've said this more than one time. Right now in my life, even though when I was doing nails for 85 and 120 and 165, when my husband was working 2 jobs and I was getting up and taking the kids to school, taking Woods to work, picking the kids up from school, then having to go and pick Woods up from work, making sure Woods have his dinner, and making sure the kids, had what they needed. And then here I am trying to squeeze in my little bit what I want to do and this and that, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm happier than I've ever been with less. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm happier now with less than I was when I was fine. If that makes sense. But Yeah. So yeah, it's like it's really hard staying positive in a negative world. You know what I'm saying? And so like I'm excited for what the future holds for me, but I really wish I could cut things off. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. I really wish I could cut things off. It's just like yesterday. I said, okay, this is my number if y'all want to order nails. Don't use this number for bull crap. First thing I wake up to, somebody in my thing. I say, okay, y'all, I just shared this lady's story for y'all to help out this lady who's homeless because I don't have much. You know what I'm saying? And I understand everybody else ain't got much either. But even if I was to post her and a couple people just send her a couple of dollars just to help her get a hotel room, you know, I sent a couple of dollars, y'all send a couple of dollars. I felt like that's the only thing I could come up with as far as helping her, you know. And so I posted and I said, okay, you guys, if anybody else out there going through a hardship or just going through something and you want to bring awareness to it, you know, I'm willing to share my platform with you if you want to do a Zoom call and for me to put you on my platform and want to talk about a couple of things, we can do that. As soon as what I do, as soon as I go to my email, I got some bull crap in my email. You know what I'm saying? Like, golly, I'm trying to create ways for people to reach out, whether it's on business, whether it's on personal, what, you know, really make myself available. And I have more trolls, you know, using those avenues than the people they were made for. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it just kind of it gets frustrating when you truly try to be positive in such a negative world. And it's like no matter how positive you try to be, you know, how you try to look at things, it only makes it worse. Like people, sometimes you can be so good to where people feel like you bad. Like real talk. Like sometimes you can really try so hard and I don't know. It just I don't know. Does it bother people? I don't understand. Right. And that's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. I prayed. When I got up, I prayed. And I'm gonna tell you another thing that's been bothering me. And I said I wasn't gonna speak about this publicly because y'all know I am a very vivid dreamer. I'm a very vivid dreamer. And a dream, which I spoke about this dream on social media, and then I said I'm not going to talk about this dream on social media because I asked my husband. I was like, is it good to right? I agree, money, honey. I was like, is it good to tell your dreams to people? And he was like, nah. But I'm gonna share this dream. The reason why I'm gonna share this dream because I had another dream similar last night. And I've been trying to look it up, the meaning of it. But the first dream I had a dream about a snake changing into an alligator, right? No, okay, Wood said I can't talk about it. Never mind. I can't tell y'all about it. Wood said no. Alright, well never mind. I ain't gonna talk about it. I'm gonna leave it at that. But y'all I keep having these dreams and I really hate the fact that I don't know like a Joseph. Y'all know how Joseph was in the Bible, how he was able to um, decipher the dream for the guy in jail, and then he was able to decipher the dream for the king. And you know, like I really catch myself now really using a lot of today's situations and comparing them to a lot of stories in the Bible. I don't understand what that meant. Yeah, Yeah, Joseph was able to interpret. I wish I had somebody I could talk to that really interpret dreams, and that's another reason why I kind of like wanted to speak publicly about it, because I know last time I talked about my dreams, I had a couple people that came on here that was saying that this means this and this means that. But yeah, that's true, Tucker. But I am happy. That's the thing. It's not like I'm not happy. I am happy. I'm always I'll be in a happy place. That's what I'm saying. I will be in a happy place, and then out of nowhere, I just get attacked. Like, it's one thing to not read comments, but y'all, and this is the second time I have talked publicly about this. It's another thing when you have people coming from you at every single angle, y'all. I'm telling you, I'll be wanting to check to see if I got some nail orders, or check to see if I got somebody, for whatever. I don't care where it is. I can go on Instagram, I got a troll. Facebook, I got a troll. TikTok, I got a troll. In my email, I got a troll. In my telephone numbers, I got a troll. Like, oh my God. Oh my God, why? I don't know, but I ain't gonna lie, I do honestly feel a little bit better now that I have talked about it. But yes, being in front of the world is hard. It really is. It's really hard sometimes, and that's a part that a lot of people don't see. And I feel like, maybe over time my skin will continue to get thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker, and this is just a part of the process. Like, I'm really trying not to snap. Well, I'm sitting outside in the truck, because I didn't want to talk about this in front of the kids. Everybody in there happy, happy, go, go. Which I woke up happy, happy, go, go. And like I said, when I got to reading so many emails and text messages, it was just horrible. Right. I'm going to write them down. Thanks, Doug. Thanks. So, but yeah, I'm not going to stay on here and just keep going on and on and on and on. But that was on my mind. Like, that was really on my mind. And I ain't gonna lie, I was finna write, but I'm like, no. Asking for understanding, right? Because I don't know, it just really stood out to me today when I had another dream that was similar, and I'm like, dang, this dream already stood out to me, and now here's another one that's similar. It gotta be something that it gotta be a message in there somewhere, And so I don't know. When I tried to look it up in my dream book, that Woods got me. It wasn't in there. And so when I went on Google, it had so many different interpretations. Some of them I liked, some of them I didn't like. So it's like I'm just on this emotional roller coaster trying to figure it out. Yes, Miss Tucker, it is. That's what comes with the social media world. I don't know. I guess I just have to sometimes sit back and just really dwell on it. But I'm more of a talker. I feel good when I talk about it. Yes, I would love to do a private group to talk about it with, which I was trying to do my lives with my members. When I first started doing my lives with my members only, it was working, and now I can't get it to work. And also, I have groups on Facebook, but a lot of people don't have Facebook. So, right, champion. Right, Barbara, you're right. But that's the thing, just listen. That's what I was saying. I don't read the comments. I've been started reading the comments. It's just that When I don't read the comments, they're like, oh, she not reading my comments, she not responding. How else can I get to her? And then they just start going through all, like, they really take a lot of time out their day to reach out to me. Right. Thanks, Purge. Yeah, it's okay, Purge. But yeah, I'm finna get ready and get off though, you guys. I've been sitting outside for the longest. I know my kids wondering why I haven't came in yet. Yeah, so I don't know. I'll keep y'all posted. But anyway, y'all have a good night. And trust me, Frankie, I done read that concept there too. Like, I done looked everywhere. Trust me. But anyway, y'all have an awesome, awesome night. Perez, you late. You gonna have to hit rewind. I don't mean to run off. Right, Audrey. Audrey, our daddy birthday tomorrow. I love you too. The song you said, the name of the song is Need Somebody, I think. It's on my page. It's okay. Well, I love y'all, and I will see you guys on tomorrow. Hopefully I won't be coming on too late. Yeah, hopefully I won't be coming on too late. So I appreciate you guys for just sitting up talking to me and listening to me and letting me vent, like really vent. Like, thank y'all. Like, real talk, thank y'all so much. Because like you guys said, I didn't know I was, you see, I didn't know I was alone. Heck, I didn't know I was alone. I thought I was alone too. All right. I love y'all.